Hi, I'm Dave Cut, and you're watching another Comic Chat. What up, guys? Today, we were back talking about one of my favorite books, honestly. One of the most gruesome books, too, by far. Wolverine, Volume 8, and this is the Sabertooth War, Part 1. This is a two-parter. So Volume 8 and Volume 9 are the Sabertooth Wars. Let's dive in. I love the beginning. The Wolverine always shows out. But we can see from the first page, it looks like Wolverine is stalking this Sabertooth, who appears to be doing something. And the next page, we find out what he's doing is actually killing Cyclops right here. Guess he's a Biclops now. As Wolverine fails to get the jump on this Sabertooth, you find out this is actually Sabertooth from Earth 616, Victor Creed, the top dog. And you find out that this is actually the Sabertooth from Earth 33441, the camo. The killer you won't see coming. He says, you even got the scent right. No one would know it wasn't the runt. Bet your thoughts even sound like his. So, yeah, it's super funny. He calls him runt throughout this whole thing. You can see he's already got like a pretty good army from other places. You know, Sabertooth from Earth 203, the Cap, the Sentinel of Tyranny. Sabertooth of Earth 1912, the Savage Sabertooth. And Sabertooth from Earth 12, the Pretty Boy, Beauty and Beast in one package. So he's already getting an army together. It looks like he's just going to different dimensions and beating people up until they join him. And that's how he's getting his army together. And then it starts pretty good. So it starts off North Pole with Black Tom and Kid Omega. Black Tom has the powers of like Poison Ivy in this world. You know, he's got the control over the plants, the healing, and all that. A little bit deeper, but Kid Omega is actually a Omega 11 mutant with powers of, you know, telekinetic and telepathy and stuff like that. So here he's telling him something's going on in Krakoa, and he's gonna send a team. And he's like, "Nah, I got this." But then you can see over here too that that's also where the Sabertooth army is going. So I mean, what could go wrong there, honestly? Oh, and they also have a bunch of flying sentinels flying around. These are called Stark Sentinels in here. If you guys have known the X-Men, they're all throughout the X-Men. And the Sabertooths get by cloaking their ship with the same tech. Luckily enough, but they can sense that a powerful mutant is coming. Who's that mutant? None other than Kid Omega himself. The cavalry is here. He does unfortunately get hit by like some kind of psionic blast that scrambles his brain for a quick second, but he sees like Logan's here. But you know, as we know, this isn't Logan, and unfortunately, you know, Schlink, yeah, they come out and they get my boy. They got him. Not only that, but then they ate him. It's crazy, man. I told you, it's not for the faint of hearts. It says, sweet moments like this makes me happy we're family. And it's just going to town, just killing people. And with a bunch of headless corpses in the back cheering, too. It's just demented, dude. Then it flashes to the North Pole. And it's Akihiro. Or Dakin, or, you know, Wolverine's son. I like Dakin, though. And you see Wolverine here. He's kind of here having a heart-to-heart with them, telling them, hey, you know, you're my boy, and I'm proud to have a family like you, like mutants and stuff like that, but kind of pouring his heart out. And then you can see that the Sabertooth army actually shows up to where they are, about to form an attack on them, and they don't even know it yet. So they start out by hooking up this machine that seems to take out Black Tom and Sage under some trance. And you can see Laura. Oh, Laura's in here, X-23. and Wolverine shows up to have another heart to heart with one of his kids, and she actually has a present for him, and you find out, hey, it's his birthday. But good things don't really happen on his birthday. You know, his birthday's kind of like that guy that Thanos fucked with. But it splashes to his son, kind of out doing what he's supposed to do, hunting out in the wild. But I mean, with his buddy, this is Fang actually. They don't say it, but this is Fang that he's hunting with, and wow, right out the bat, dude, like he's the second one to go, and there's no mercy about it. It's midnight. You know what that means? It means it's Logan's birthday, and he's gonna have to give the runt a gift he'll never forget. And they have this epic battle. Claws come out, fangs come out. In the end, you know, Logan comes looking, Akihiro, you get that butchering done, and they strung him up. He got his happy birthday present though, I guess. Like, that's sick. It's crazy. Like I said, not for the faintest of hearts. They be killing a lot of people in this. Yeah, you could see it. He's bringing him up on serving his head on a platter. He like hates Wolverine in this one, like with a burning passion. Yeah. And then you see the North Pole just outside the X-Force. I know what you're thinking, right? You got murder on your mind, and this is all he wanted. Blood for blood. He wanted to fuck with them before he takes him out. And he does. The army comes out. He goes into berserk mode, dude. Like, literally berserk. Well, I mean, he just killed his son. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he goes berserk. But in the end, they do kind of subdue him. And it's kind of funny. They bring adamantium cables. And they're going to string him up. Yeah, he's still in a frenzy. He's still in a frenzy. So they got adamantium cables. They're going to string him up so that he can hear and see them kill the entire team. So they catch Laura, and that's Domino, talking and forming a plan. And they come in, and I mean, you're not going to fool Laura. You know, she can tell. She's like, who the fuck are you? I can be anyone you want me to be. Whose face do you want to look into as you die? So, I don't know. He's like one of my favorite Sabertooth, the changing Sabertooth. And then they all kind of jump her. Like, X-23 has a strong... She's good. She's got a lot of ability. But they kind of overpower her. They come in, they take over Sage and Black Tom, and they're kind of taking over the whole base. And you could see him asleep. They're about to attack a sleeping person, but you find out, oh no, it's Colossus, man. He's gearing up. This nightmare's real. But yeah, they strung him up. You know, I think Logan gets strung up a lot. People don't kill him. They string him up so he can just witness agony. It's crazy. And you can see they just start moving through the base. They start killing everybody. Every single body they kill. Like, no mercy. Kids, women. And Wolverine gets the smart idea. He's like, I can't do it. I can't take it. You know, his bones might be sleeved with adamantium, but my joints are made of meat, and meat shreds. He just rips his arm out, shreds it all off, uses his claws then to butcher the rest of himself free, and falls to the ground, crawling back, trying to save everybody. But dude, like, everybody's just... They're all going after X-23. They capture her alive. Even though Domino has a pretty good run. She does get one. She gets one of them. Look at that. That's crazy. Yeah, she does get one. The pretty boy. But in the end, you know, they do end up subduing her and capturing her. Yeah. And then you can see they've pretty much almost killed a good amount of the mutants. And this is right after the whole Krakoa incident with the Sentinels, where they already extinguished most of the mutants. So what he's doing really is just killing off the rest that they missed. But Wolverine catches up, and he's out for just blood. He's just out to kill them all. But what he finds is even Laura's gone. They kidnapped her, and everybody's dead. He's a little too late. Oh, that's a little throwback photo to when they were in the war together, Sabertooth and Wolverine. Oh yeah, yeah. So they do with a little throwback to when they were fighting and all the wars and stuff that they've done together, and just to show that they were friends at one point. They've lived this life together, but at some point they've one turned bad, you know? So we have the Arctic present day, and they're kind of just arguing back and forth on like what to do and who's the strongest, and they lost so many people that they shouldn't have lost, and he's like, but I'm top dog, so if you want to change that, then you have to beat me. Yeah. And it does a little bit more flashbacks. Oh shit. And then you can see the weapon that they used was actually the head of Quentin. They locked him in and they're using his psychic ability. That's wild. That's so sad. He was such a young kid. But then you can see that, oh yeah, wakes up from a bad dream where she sees the Sabertooth killing Quentin. She must be psychic too. I'm not actually sure. Okay, I gotta read that. So then they um flash to a battleship named the Maroon, home base of the exiles in the Caribbean Sea. And you can see Oya waking up from what seems to be, yeah, her getting the vision of the Sabertooths just fucking eating uh, Kid Omega. So Quentin dies, and she runs to go gather the team because she can sense that danger's coming. And yeah, she runs to gather the team to let everybody know what had happened. Then you can see that freaking they got X-23 Laura locked up while they talk about how they're going to take out the top dog right in front of her. And she's kind of like egging them on, you know? Different dimensions, that's right. Watch your mouth kind of thing. And I guess she should have, because I mean, they gas her. They end up gassing her to make her weak so she can come in and, like, I don't know, beat her. Well, actually, she slices her. She slices her jaw off. You know, I'm telling you, diabolical book. And just walked out. And just cat got your tongue. Yeah, she's savage. She really is a savage Sabertooth. Then you can see all the exiles gather because they need to take out. They honestly, everybody hates Sabertooth, and they were given this special seed, the kill seed, to that was supposed to stop him. And you can see he formed. Oh yeah, all the exiles. Even Toad's in there. As they flash back again to the good old days of when they were friends. You can see him still dreaming of it. Better off dead. There's a way. Sounds like he's trying to keep a secret, But what? Looky, looky. And he finds what he's looking for. He kind of gave up some good information there, but yeah, that was part 43, and then we move on to part 44. There's only two more, or part 4. I think there's only two more. So part 44 starts off with everybody kind of reeling from that battle who survived. He's pissed. Everybody's kind of upset. He's like, put my bones and stuff back on. I need to get out there. I need to get after him. And she's not happy, bro. So this is actually the mom of Dakin, you know. She's even, because it's not fucking fair if that part of it, yeah, she goes off on him actually here. She's like, does it hurt? I hope it hurts. I hope it hurts deep down, because it's not fucking fair if that part of you heals too, the part inside of you. I mean, dude, that cuts deep. But he's honestly, he's looking for blood. He's just out for blood at this point. Oh, you could see the Kappa Sabertooth got away, and they go after him as he's bleeding out. He's almost dead, and they kind of just left him there. He attacks. Can't believe he attacked Domino, got her gun. Thought she was supposed to be lucky. And starts just firing right at everybody. And Colossus and Wolverine are like, fastball. Hope they put this in Marvel Rivals. A little fastball throw. So this is in Marvel Rivals too, and she throws him, throws him at him, and he gets him, dude. It was and then he just fucking goes off. He's frenzy again. You can see it in his eyes. He's in another frenzy, and Domino's just like, I'm okay. You know, you got to stop Logan. We need that dude alive. You know, he's got to tell us some information, and he's got to restrain Logan behind his back, because he's not stopping. He's just in a crazy frenzy. Like, they capture him, and then they start trying to interrogate him. But it turns out he has some kind of psychic block. And Sage can't get through. But someone does come through. Her name is Phoebe. And she's actually the daughter of Emma Frost. So she still has that strong, you know, psychic ability too. And she was actually dating Kid Omega Quentin. And I think she found out that, yeah, they killed him and then they ate him. So she was not happy. She didn't hold back. She did not hold back. She's actually one of 5 sisters. I kind of thought that was funny too. A quintuplet with strong telekinetic powers. And then they're saying he goes back and forth with like why there's such bad blood between them. You know, how many fights and losses they've both had on both sides. You know, he's won some, Logan's won some, like, and just all the hurt. And then you can see that he finally gets to open his birthday present from Laura, world's best dad. Overstatement of the century, maybe. But we see that you're trying, and that means something. Happy birthday. XOX23, Laura, aka the best Wolverine. Yep. And he's like, yep, I gotta go get her. And even Phoebe can't get through his mental blocks. Why? They're still trying. They're still trying, but this Cap Sabertooth is relentless with his freaking barriers, his psychic barriers. He even takes her and pulls her in. This is what's happening in his mind. There we go. This is what happens in his mind. It's just a bunch of tortured souls that he lives in. And he actually ends up almost getting her. But Domino says, fuck that, and shoots the dude in the head. I don't know if that kills him, though. Doesn't he revive? Maybe he's the one that doesn't regenerate. But it severed the connection long enough, but she got a glimpse of Quentin. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. He made me do it. Yeah, so they get a glimpse of Quentin, and know he's still alive. While Logan's still out on the hunt for all the Sabertooth. And he decides to go solo. He says nobody else needs to get hurt. That's part 44. So, part 45, this is the last part of this book before part 2 of the whole Sabertooth War. So it starts off in the island nation of Krakoa. And you can see they made it through the Sentinels. He's got Quentin's head as they travel through the jungle, making their way to the secret underground bunker where he's forcing Quentin to use his powers at all times and all of this. And back on the ship, back on Station 5, those two, the Savage and the Camo, decide, hey, who's the one person that could take out the top dog? His son. So they end up going to track down his son, Dayton. Yeah, they end up going to track down his son, and he's like, how should... So, he's the son of Mystique and Sabertooth. And he has no powers, but he hates all mutants. So, he's like, maybe I should transform into Mystique to go see him, because he's going to hate seeing a Sabertooth. And she was like, she was a good mom to him. I don't know if she was or not. I don't know. And she was like, oh no. She raised him to be a sleeper cell terrorist. He blew up the White House. So yeah, that about tracks. Actually, I could see that. But you see him enter into the other dimension where they had previously sent him to lock him away. And then it goes back to the base of the X-Isles, where you can see them all making their way down to Krakoa, while still trying to pick up imagery to see if Quentin is alive. But then they're met with one of the Sentinels, and yeah, there's no escaping it, really. But you can see Sabertooth breaks into the lab, and this is actually Forge's lab. Forge was a very powerful technological mutant, and he ends up getting into a fight with a security guard that Quentin never even told him about. He was like, the emotion has 4 letters, I'll give you that. And then he just doesn't tell him and doesn't help him either, kind of just has to fight him on his own. But he does eventually end up winning. And Forge has told him that the place that they're looking for is actually under Krakoa. That they're in the right place, but they just need to go down. And he can't get into the hatch. And he's trying to call back to base, but they're on their own little mission. And it seems like they actually got him. And her mouth healed back. But yeah, they get him, they got him, and they leave. At least I think that's him. What happened to his face? Alright. So then the Exiles are having to make up a plan because the Sentinels kind of breaking in on them fast. And their whole plan is like, hey, if they're all circling around this one island, maybe there's a limit to how long they can go. Like they're on a leash. So they test that theory by going out into space and kind of dragging him out and then seeing, oh, okay, he did. He stopped here, which means there's an area. And that one little Sentinel that got away was enough to let Logan slip in almost undetected, because he does get it almost undetected. Places under heavy guard, but there's one bit of the island missing a sentry. Maybe they won't notice me. Damn, spoke too soon. But yeah, he takes the hit, but gets on the island and kind of escapes for a moment. But you know, Sabertooth smells them. He can tell the runt's coming. He could tell. And I don't think Sabertooth and Wolverine didn't know about Quentin and how he's using his abilities. So Quentin kind of overtakes his mind right when he walks in and makes him like projects this whole illusion that, you know, they're back in the good old days and they're on another mission, you know? About time you caught up. We're on a mission and there's no time to waste. Yeah, I'm here. Ain't I? Just can't get my head on straight like I was somewhere else. What's the plan? Break in, smash, and grab. What are we grabbing? Can't wait for you to find out. Yeah, so you can see, and then that's it. It's to be continued after that. He kind of tricks him into helping him get into this place so he can get something. It kind of ends there. It has a bunch of the little bit of artwork. But this was the first of the Sabertooth Wars. That's this is the first Wolverine. So these are the first 4 books right here. Volume 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, is that wait, is that Sentry? So volume 1, 2, almost looks like Sentry. Volume 3, volume 4. Oh, that's by Benjamin Percy. Then they have volume 5. Oh, with Beast? Volume 6. With the Hulk, volume 7. And with Ghost Rider Wolverine, Weapons of Vengeance. That's kind of cool. I didn't know that. So yeah, they got a couple. But honestly, this has been one of my favorite ones. And next time we will do part 2. Part 2 of the Sabertooth Wars. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. And until next time.